to the season of self-love, your daily dose of inspiration and encouragement. I'm your host, Nyomi Banks, and I am thrilled to be here with you today. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery. Are you ready to elevate your mindset and embrace the power of self-love? Or have you come to the right place? Each day we'll dive into topics that will empower and inspire you on your journey towards self-discovery and personal growth. Whether you're looking to cultivate healthy relationships, boost your confidence, or find balance in your life, this podcast is here to support you every step of the way. We believe that self-love is the foundation of living a fulfilled and joyful life. And together we explore practical tips, insightful interviews, and transformative stories that will leave you feeling inspired and motivated. So join me Monday through Friday as we embark on this daily adventure of self-love. Tune into the Season of Self-Love podcast to start your day on a positive note and discover the limitless potential within yourself. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, May 15, 2024, and I want to welcome you all, my beautiful people, here to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I'm your host, Nyomi Banks, and today we are embracing a word that has the power to transform our lives, and that word is confidence. And you remember the episodes in a part of our May series of the power of words, about using our words impeccably. And I'm excited to guide you through understanding and cultivate what true confidence is. So let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk more about cultivating confidence, all right? It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back. What are some common barriers that prevent people from expressing? Hey, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here from the Season of Self-Love podcast.
Yeah, I would say remorse. So shame and guilt is a very dividing emotional.
And these are one of the many amazing conversations that we have every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Season of Self-Love podcast with myself, Nyomi Banks, as well as our resident therapist, Dr. Will Washington of Washington Wellness Institute. Come by.
The reality of our relationships with people.
Come by.
And a lot of times we're afraid of how people look at us. And so that compassion can't enter.
You can hit us on our website, the Season of Self-Love podcast.
Let me ask you this, with the truth, is it...
Hey, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks, and make sure you tune in every Thursday night to Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast, where we talk about everything from love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more. We're bridging the gap between them all, and we even talk about spiritual uplifting. You need to stop by me and Mike, as well as the BTG crew. We have some amazing guests that come through. You never know. Just make sure you tune in Thursday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go to axnyomi.com and tell them Nyomi sent you. All right, well, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And today is all about the word confidence. Remember, we are talking about using our words impeccably in the month of May, right? Well, let's get it. But before we start, let's start off with a meditation. All right? So I want you to find a comfortable spot or position and close your eyes. I want you to inhale deeply and hold for a moment. And then I want you to exhale slowly. And as you breathe, I want you to envision confidence, filling every part of your being, from your toes to the top of your head. And I want you to imagine stepping into a version of yourself that embodies pure confidence. And take a deep breath in. All right. Allowing yourself to fully relax. Now, as you exhale, I want you to imagine the word confidence glowing brightly in your mind's eye. I want you to feel this word permeating every cell of your being, filling you with a sense of inner strength and assurance. Now I want you to shift your focus to the word impeccable. I want you to visualize this word shimmering with pure clarity and perfection. Let it remind you of who your innate ability to shine brightly and be your best self in all that you can do. Now, as you continue to breathe deeply, I want you to merge these two powerful words together in your mind: confidence and impeccable. I want you to feel their combined energy infusing you with unwavering self-assurance and deep self-excellence. Now, with each breath, I want you to allow your synergy of confidence and impeccability to radiate through your being, guiding you to move forward with poise and grace. And I want you to trust in your abilities, to trust in your worth, because you are confident and you are impeccable. Now, when you are ready, I want you to gently open your eyes. And I want you to carry this newfound sense of confidence and impeccability with you as you navigate your day ahead. And I want you to embrace your inner strength and let it guide you towards achieving your goals with grace and authenticity, all right? All right, if you are new here to the Season of Self-Love podcast, this is something that we do every day, Monday through Friday, to where we center ourselves with this guided meditation before we get into the topic at hand. And just a reminder, May is all about using our words impeccably. As every day we choose a word and we kind of pull back the layers on what this word of confidence means for us and how we can use it in our life, at the highest of its ability, all right? So right now we're going to talk about the essence of confidence. The essence of confidence. You see, confidence is not just about feeling good about yourself. It's a foundational element of our personal growth and our self-love journey. It affects us on how we see ourselves and how we can make decisions and how we can interact with the world. But today we're going to explore on how confidence can shift our mindset and impact our relationships and our decision. And we'll also cover practical tips for building and nurturing our self-confidence every day. You see, confidence plays a very crucial role in shaping who we are and how influencing our relationships and our decisions, right? So here are some ways that confidence can impact our lives. And also I'm going to add some practical tips on building and nurturing it every day. Okay, one of the ones is positive self-image. With confidence, it can cultivate a positive self-image by helping for us to see ourselves in a better light. And what it does is this turns into a boost of our self-esteem and our resilience in the face of challenges. The next one is to improve our communication. You see, with confidence, it allows us to communicate more effectively and assertively in expressing our thoughts and feelings with others. It can strengthen our relationship by fostering open and honest communication. Our next one is better decision making. By having confidence, it enables us to trust our judgment and for us to make decisions with conviction. It helps us to avoid second-guessing ourselves, and it leads us to more of a decisive actions. It increases resilience. Confidence can help us to bounce back from setbacks and failures. It gives us a strength to learn from our mistakes and persevere in the face of obstacles. And allow us to see that a different perspective of it, a different aspect of it. So now I have some practical tips for building and nurturing confidence every day. Well, let's talk about practicing self-care, self-compassion. Be kind to ourselves. Acknowledge our strengths and accomplishments. The thing is, we need to celebrate those small victories and practice what gratitude is for us and what we want to achieve. I think yesterday we talked about gratitude. I believe last week we talked about, celebrating those small victories. And that's something that we need to do. We need to be in the moment. And part of that moment is celebrating those small wins. Whether it is you making your bed today, which you didn't yesterday. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Set realistic goals. Break down your larger goals into smaller ones. That's more achievable steps. Success is about reaching those milestones, but also reaching those milestones will boost your confidence and motivation. So imagine you doing these small victories. in their little balls, and you put them, into this jar. And as you see that jar fill up, that will boost your confidence, because you will be like, I did that. I finally filled up that jar full of victories and accomplishments. Another one is to challenge negative thoughts. We talk about this a lot, about replacing self-doubt with positive affirmation. We talk about replacing negative thoughts with positive talk. Now is replacing the self-doubt with positive affirmation. Identifying and challenging those negative thoughts about yourself, reframing them in a more constructive light. Step out of your comfort zone. Push yourself to try new things. Take challenges that scare you. Stepping out of your comfort zone can help you to grow and build confidence in your abilities. Practice self-care. Can't say this enough. Take care of yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, well-being. Exercise regularly, eat healthy, and get enough rest. The thing is we have to take care of ourselves, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't do nothing for nobody else. And that's one of the truest statements possible. It is. We cannot continue to keep running on a half full cup. I'm not going to say half empty. I'm going to say a half full cup. We have to keep pouring into our cup. Keep creating that cup so it can be an overflow. So then that overflow can flow into other cups. Does that make sense? And it's good to surround yourself with uplifting people for your support. So you seek that feedback. Seek it. It helps to strengthen you in your growth around you. And it does give you a little validation in what you're doing. And focus on your strengths. Embrace your uniqueness, your talents. Recognize what sets you apart and celebrate those strengths. So instead of you sitting there and wondering, like, oh my God, I wish I could be like them. No, find what your strength is, so you can be who you are. It's good to be influenced by others, but don't allow that influence to take over for who you are, to where you are sitting there and comparing yourself. Does that make sense? If anything, take whatever you can from that influence and implement it in you and who you are with your uniqueness and your unique style, and make it your voice, if that makes sense. So by incorporating these tips into your daily routine, you can gradually build and nurture your confidence, leading to a positive shifts in your mindset, in your relationship, in your decision-making process. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk some more about this impeccable word of confidence, all right? It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks, here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back.
Washington Wellness Institute focuses on healing always. For me, if I look good, then I feel good. If I feel good, then I share the good. If I share the good, then I celebrate the good. If I celebrate the good, then I live the good. So I can be paid to be my greatest. But I have to learn the good to be the good.
So, what does it take to be the greatest? It's as simple as a free 15-minute consultation. Be kind to yourself and heal always.
Hey, this is Dog Pound Mike, Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. Come check us out every week. And remember, I'm no relationship expert. I just tell it like I hear it from the kennel. Get back at it.
Hey, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks, here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And today, our impeccable word is confidence. Confidence, all right? And in this segment, we're going to talk about affirmation of confidence. Affirmation for confidence. You see, affirmations are very powerful tools for reinforcing self-belief, right? This is something we talked about last month. And the entire month of April, we talked about affirmations, right? But it's all about reinforcing self-beliefs. So let me share some that you can use to boost your self-confidence. I want you to repeat after me. And if you have your purpose pen and purpose paper, maybe write these down if you haven't already had these affirmations in your toolkit, all right? I am capable and strong. I am capable and strong. All right, the next one is I trust my abilities and express my true self freely. I'm going to repeat that one more time. I trust my abilities and express my true self freely. All right, my next one is, and this is a long one. You ready for this one? All right, I am worthy of all good and things that come my way. I'm going to repeat that one more time. I am worthy of all good things that come my way. I am worthy of all good things that come my way. All right? Now I want you to repeat these affirmations, and I want you to believe in them. I want you to believe in them and know that it's you. Remember the mirror imaging thing. Stand in front of a mirror and say these words. Write them down on a little Post-its and put it on your mirror. I do that. And I want you to exude that attitude and that understanding of who you are so you can build that confidence, so you can have that chest up and out, full chest wide open. Yes. All right, so let's talk about overcoming self-doubt. That damn self-doubt is something else, ain't it? You know what that self-doubt is, that little voice that's in the back of your mind, the back of your head that tells you that, okay, girl, you ain't going to be able to do that. Boy, no, she don't like you. That ain't gonna work. You think you should do that? Yes, we have those little voices in there, right? And I know we've talked about overcoming a lot. We do. And we're going to talk about it again. We're going to talk about it here with confidence. Because one of the barriers of confidence is self-doubt. It is that little voice that says that you can't do it or you're not good enough. But remember, you are more than your fears, because that ain't nothing but fear talking. You are more than your fears and your doubts. So let's talk about strategies about overcoming these self-limited beliefs. First, it starts by acknowledging them, right? Then challenging them, and then taking action that reinforces your true capabilities. All right, I'm going to give you remind you of some of the strategies to help to overcome with self-doubt. One of them is to identify and challenge negative thoughts. So start by sitting in the negative thoughts that contribute to your self-doubt. And when I mean sitting in it, I mean sit in it for a moment and, kind of acknowledge and recognize what it is. See, when these thoughts arise, this is where you start to challenge what it is and start asking yourself for evidence that supports or refutes them. Does that make sense? Often you find that these thoughts are based on assumptions rather than facts. The next is practice self-compassion. Then also we celebrate our strengths and our achievements. It's another one. So make a habit of recognizing what our strengths are in your past achievements. Keep a journal of your success, big, small, and refer to them when self-doubt creeps in. Remind yourself of who the hell that you are. I do it. It's so funny. I did it last week, and I was just sitting reading back some old scripts that I had written probably over 10 years ago. And I was just sitting there and I was reading the scripts and they were so moving. I said, oh my God. I said, girl, you have literally done it all. You've done it all. Do you know how bad you are? This is what I was saying to myself when I was sitting, when that self-doubt came. I'm like, girl, do you understand what you do? You have defined who you are. You already know who you are, so stop thinking. Girl, close all that shit out. But also what I recognize too is that I understand that that's going to come up. That stank is going to, and I'm calling it stank. That stank is going to come back up. So self-doubt for me is that little stinky smell that's back there. That just comes, that aroma that comes back there. And you're like, okay. Let me sit and check myself. Then you got to go, okay, let me go to you all of that I've accomplished. And knowing that it's so much more to accomplish that you have to do. So remember, reminding yourself of what you've overcome beforehand, you know? And that will definitely boost your confidence, because I know it did for me. And set realistic goals. Take action. Like I said, I started off this entire show talking about, well, not this show, but the whole series of the season of self-love with sharing a story of me being so very proud of me making my bed every morning for the past year and a half, almost 2 years, probably longer than that. Before I didn't. Now I do. Now I do. When I make my bed in the morning, and I'm telling you, and it kind of helps start my day off. I know that it's going to be a good day for me. You know, it's good to seek support and feedback as well. And challenge your comfort zone. Challenge your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone. Try new things. This can help build your confidence and your resilience, because at one moment you were afraid and you thought you couldn't do it. Then so you go out and try it, and guess what you do? You did it. That builds your self-confidence as well. And practice positive affirmation. We just did a positive affirmation segment just before. Use a positive affirmation to counteract that negative talk. The next one is focus. Focus on your progress, not your perfection. Focus on the progress, not the perfection. I want you to shift your mindset to not seeking perfection, but to value progress. But to value progress. That's a powerful right there. Valuing your progress. Acknowledging your progress. Celebrating your progress. Even if you hadn't reached that goal yet, just knowing that you have decided to go through it, that you are currently going through the progress, is a celebration alone. Also recognizing that you are learning, and the improvement comes from taking the action. So you took the action by making the mistakes and adapting. These are part of overcoming. These are part of growth. This is part of the progress. This is a part of a celebration, because now you're doing something that you wasn't doing before. It's getting you closer to your ultimate goal. And it's okay to celebrate it along the way. So by applying all of these strategies consistently, you can chip away at your self-doubt and cultivate a strong sense of confidence in yourself and your abilities. I also want you to remember within there is the gratitude. And make sure you have that gratitude, because that gratitude helps with that humbleness. I want you to remember that building confidence is a journey as well. And it's normal to have your ups and downs along the way, but I want you to be patient, and I want you to be kind to yourself as you work towards overcoming your self-doubt, all right? All right, let's take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to close this out, all right? It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks, here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back.
What are some common barriers that prevent people from expressing?
Hey, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks, here from the Season of Self-Love podcast.
Yeah, I would say remorse. So shame and guilt is a very dividing emotional.
And these are one of the many amazing conversations that we have every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Season of Self-Love podcast with myself, Nyomi Banks, as well as our resident therapist, Dr. Will Washington of Washington Wellness Institute. Come by.
The reality of our relationships with people.
Come by.
A lot of times we're afraid of how people look at us. And so that compassion can't enter.
You can hit us on the
So that's a
website,
really
the
big
Season
barrier,
of Self-Love
really big barrier.
podcast.com.
Let me ask you this. with the truth? Is it
All right, well, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And the month of May is all about using our words impeccably. Yes, and today's word is confidence. But I want to share something with you all. The end of May, we are ending our first season, and we're going to take a 3-month break. But in the process of us taking a 3-month break for the full, we're going to do a Season of Love series. So I'll be sharing with that series and detailed in the next coming weeks. So we only got a few more weeks of this season. And it has been an amazing first season here on the Season of Self-Love. And I can't wait to come back in September with some fresh new ideas, some fresh new contents. And we are bringing in guests. Yes, more guests. All right, so again, today we have been talking about confidence and how we can use it in our life impeccably, right? All right, and so for this segment, it's about building our confidence. And I have an activity for us to do. Well, building confidence can be very practical and fun, right? But here are some activities to try. So first, I want you to set small, achievable goals, and I want you to celebrate when you reach them. So remember in the beginning of the show that I talked about a jar. I talked about the different balls in a jar. And I'm thinking that on a little piece of paper, as you write out each one of your little goals, and you tear that little piece and you ball it up in a little ball and you put it into that jar. It don't have to be a big jar. It can be a small jar at first. And keep just putting those small goals into that first little jar to where it fill up. All right? The next one is do public speaking. Practice public speaking. Start a conversation in social media settings. Whether it's come over to our Facebook page, our Facebook group, or whether it's just on your own platform, and start a conversation. Allow people to hear your voice. Do something different. And also take a new hobby that challenges you. My new hobby has been gardening. And I can tell you it's been very challenging, but it's been very rewarding. It truly has. It's been very rewarding. And just knowing, understanding the knowledge on a lot of plants, a lot of the different vegetables, the different types of soil and dirt, the different type of lighting and heat. It's been amazing. So that is one of the new hobbies that I've done. And not only has it been rewarding in that aspect, but also knowing that hobby could allow me to live a more healthier life. It can be a part of the fuel in my body, from the fruits and the vegetables and stuff like that, all right? And remember that each step that you take towards these building blocks toward a greater confidence. And that's all about that building that confidence, help building that confidence. All right? So as we wrap up this episode, I want you to take a moment to just visualize yourself moving through your day with unwavering confidence. I want you to see yourself speaking up, trying new things, and embracing life with open arms. And I want you to hold on to this image, and I want you to allow it to guide you. Okay, this is the moment in a time that it's time to release, surrender, and allow it to happen. All right, again, I want to thank you for joining me today on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And keep practicing those affirmations. I want you to challenge your self-doubt. Sit in it and challenge it. Ask it questions. Say, what is this shit? Yes. And I want you to remember to step into your confidence every single day. And I want you to make sure that you tune in to tomorrow's episode as we explore another powerful word. But until then, I want you to be kind to yourself and let your confidence shine. All right? Have a good one. Thank you for listening to the Season of Self-Love podcast. And we hope that you enjoyed this fun filled with inspiration, empowerment, and self-discovery. Remember, practicing self-love is a journey and not a destination. For more information and to stay connected with us, visit our website at theseasonofselflovepodcast.com. And if you have any suggestions or questions or feedback, feel free to shoot us an email at seasonofselflove@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook for daily doses of self-love tips, motivation, and community support. So join our Facebook group, The Season of Self-Love, to connect with like-minded individuals on their journey to self-discovery and self-compassion. Thank you again for being a part of our community and dedicating to nurturing self-love and embracing self-worth. So stay tuned for more exciting episodes and guests in the next season. And remember, you are worthy of love, kindness, and all the happiness in the world. So until next time, take care of yourself and spread love wherever you go. See you soon.